In this tutorial in Expression Web, I'd like to show you how to navigate your way around the interface of the program. When you open up Expression Web, you'll see a screen that looks something like this. It has what you expect at the very top on the left. It has a whole host of menus where you can get into every single component of the program. And then it has a very, very useful toolbar right below that. And then on the left and right, it defaults with a group of items called panels. And if you want to manage the panels, you can click on the panels item at the very top. It shows you the ones that it defaults to that start up. And if to turn a panel on or off, all you need to do is click on the button to the left. You can add one. Here's called layers. I just added one called layers. Or I can go here and I can add one called behaviors. And you notice what it does. It tends to take these file folders and it will stack them inside the panel. Now if I don't want it stacked inside, I can click on the name of it and I can make it independent. And I can move it around and dock it on the left or the right, or move it inside of a different folder. If I take it up here where this turns blue, I now added my Behaviors tab in this upper left panel to my folders list. Now whichever tab you click on comes to the front, the other one is still there, it just waits behind. So I have tag properties on the left and cascading style sheet properties behind it. Over here I have apply styles, I have manage styles, and I have layers. And so I can take and move them anywhere I want. The other thing I can do with these four panels that start with it, I can close them, and if I do that, basically they're gone. And I can also take any of the panels and I can do the push pin, and that will be auto hide. And so now I have more room to edit, and the panel's only visible if I hover the mouse over it. Then I can go ahead and get into it and use the features within the panel. The other thing that I can do is, again, I can take all of these and I can take this one, and I can, when this turns blue, I'll add this to this one, and now I have all this for editing area here. If you decide that after you've done a lot of things with panels, you've moved this one over here, you've widened this one here, you've clicked on your toolbox, and you really don't have the kind of arrangement that you want, it seems like you've made it more awkward rather than better, all you need to do is click on the Panels tab at the top, and you can click on Reset Current Workspace. This is a real lifesaver. So that sets it back to the default. Now, the other thing that you can do that's really nice on this Panels tab is you can click on the Auto Hide All Panels, or the shortcut key is the F4 key. So if I click here, now I have a lot more room to edit, and all my panels have just gone to hover over to see what's in them. And then if I want to go back again to the reset to the current workspace, I just click here. So that's a really nice view. There's more that you can do with panels, but I wanted you to see what they are. Now basically the panels contain somewhat sophisticated information about the editing you're doing, and we won't start by using them. We're going to start by looking at the toolbars, but I wanted you to be aware of what these are, how to make them appear and disappear, and how to reset them if you don't like the way you made them work at all. So the next thing we have is we have a couple of buttons I'll cover on the left. On the very left, you have one that's a document button with a drop-down arrow. This will allow you to edit a single page. It can be an HTML page, it can be an ASPX, ASP, or PHP. These are pretty sophisticated, advanced ones. We won't deal with those. Cascading style sheets. A style sheet is found in programs like Publisher and Word and all over on the internet. The style sheet is a way in which you can create definitions on how certain paragraphs will look on your website. For example, you can say, I want a paragraph that is Times Roman 40 point, bold, and centered. You can do all that and then assign that to any paragraphs within your your web document. We'll get into that later. You can also do some programming with JavaScript. So that just gives you some summaries. Most of the time, to start with, you're working in raw HTML, but it's not raw in Microsoft Expression Web because we'll show you you can edit it just like you could a Word document. The second item here is the item about a website. So this isn't creating a simple page, it's creating a site that may be one page long, an empty site. There are templates available. We'll cover that in one of the upcoming lessons real soon here. So that is for creating a whole new site. Then we have some options when you're in a site. They're all grayed out right now because we're not editing, but these are the primary tools you'll be using to do your editing in Microsoft Expression Web. That's the basic layout in Microsoft Expression Web. In the next lesson, we'll show you how to begin to build a website and do some simple editing.